The Minister of Youth Development, Jamila Ibrahim, says artificial intelligence is the key to the electoral development of youth in the country. She stated this at the launch of Naija Elections, a generative AI tool developed by Kimpact Development Initiative with the support of the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office in Abuja.
The Naija Elections AI tool heralds a new era in which every Nigerian can participate meaningfully in our electoral process. The core mission of Naija Elections is to bridge the critical gap in information dissemination concerning the electoral legal framework, especially among young people. In an era where technology and information are pivotal, ensuring our young people have the tools and the knowledge to engage in the democratic process actively is essential. This platform will empower youth by giving them easy access to accurate, real-time electoral information, enabling them to make informed decisions and participate actively in electoral processes. This event would not come at a more opportune moment following the celebration of our 25 years of uninterrupted democracy in Nigeria. As we launch this innovative platform today, I wish to emphasize the government's determination to deploy technologies that enhance our democratic processes.
Also speaking at the event, the Executive Director of Kimpact Development Initiative, Bukola Idowu, says the tool would facilitate easy access to the Nigerian election ecosystem by youth.
Come up with this ideal of putting all electoral information on a particular place, official information to curb misinformation and disinformation. And the platform Naija Elections seek to provide that information required in terms of voting education, in terms of electoral civic matters, electoral processes and procedures, in terms of even understanding the electoral justice, which happen to be the aspect of the judiciary in terms of the cases, and also lastly to also understand the constitution. All these things were put together, and again you also have here the ideal of the electoral information and data in terms of current affairs, everything we need to know in the past, and the rest of the data, so that we can also know where we are coming from. So all this information are put together using artificial intelligence, putting it together so that citizens can ask questions and at the same time get responses in a simplified manner, that we now make them informed and then be able to also fact-check misinformation and disinformation. So this is a very good tool and a revolutionary tool that we feel it's going to be like a go-to to get information without being misinformed. Our target has been even the Ondo and Edo state election, and that is one of the reasons we are releasing this on time. Now, our next phase of work now, after today, is to move to those two states and popularize this. And what is the benefit? Because a citizen in Edo and Ondo can go on this platform and then ask questions about my polling unit. So it's going to give you where your polling unit is. It's going to tell you where you can locate it. 2, it's also going to tell you the number of registered voters we have, and you can also in those 2 states, and then you can break it down to wards and break it down to local government. And lastly, which is the most important thing, is that nobody is telling you, okay, there's not going to be beavers is not going to be used, and then the step-by-step of how beavers is going to be used on election day, step-by-step of how election is going to be conducted on election day are there. So you can actually follow it, and when you get to your polling unit, you are well informed, and if anything is happening outside what the information you have, which the information is directly from INEC guideline, the INEC guideline, INEC voting manual, and the Electoral Act, because everybody cannot carry those 3 documents all around. So what we have done is compress it, put it together.
There are a lot of people, the electorates that are there, that don't speak English or don't understand English. Just the way we saw the translation, from English to Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo, and the team leader also went ahead to tell us that in the next couple of weeks or so, we'll have about 150 languages that we can also see that any information that we want to get in our own local languages, So I think it will go a long way to bridge the gap because knowledge is power. There are a lot of electorates that don't have certain information about the electoral system. So once they have it in their own language, it will close the gap,